Welcome back to another episode of My Dad's Shed. So today's episode, we got ourselves a welder. So I'll just give you a quick little backstory. A family friend of ours had a welder inverter that they were trying to sell online, and it just so happened that I was looking for a welder. And I mentioned that to them, and they graciously gifted it to me, which is very nice of them. Shout out Brett and Elise. So that's what we're going to be doing this episode. We're going to be learning the basics of MIG welding. We're doing with gas. I went and got some new toys. So I got my very own welding helmet. I got my welding jacket, and I got some other bits and bobs, new tips and things for the wand, or the gun, if you'd like to call it that. Originally, I got given the gas 100% argon gas, which is primarily used for stainless steel, which I didn't know. But anyway, long story short, the regulator on the bottle was playing up a bit, and it just was flowing way too fast, way too quick. So what ended up happening was, I'll just spin you around quickly. This here is the solenoid switch for the gas to flow through. So it comes through the back here, through here, and through this solenoid here. So every time you press the trigger, this activates the solenoid to let the gas through. But because the regulator was open so far without us having it open so far, it just blew out this line here, which is why I've got this one right here. So this one just blew out, and so we had to just replace that. And we got ourselves, I borrowed my brother-in-law, shout out Tim. He graciously lent me his bottle of gas, shield gas, as you can see, and a new regulator. So today we're going to be putting all this back together, and then we shall start doing some welding. We're pretty much all ready to go. I'm just going to do some Googling just to see if I can get some good settings or recommended settings to start with. How many amps, volts, that sort of stuff. So I'll do that, and I'm going to see. I've got Tim, my brother-in-law's other helmet here, so I'll see if I can put you guys in there like that, and see if we can get some shots. Alright, so I just had my first experience welding. I'll see if I can record something for you in a second. But yeah, I was just playing around with all the settings and stuff to see if I could, I don't have anyone here to watch over me and teach me sort of things, so I can only go by what people have told me and, things on YouTube. but there's a few times, you gotta listen for the crackling of bacon and stuff like that. And there was some parts there where it was like there was no sound whatsoever. It was just dead silent, and it was still welding. And I was like, "Is that good or is that really, really bad?" So yeah, I'll show you a couple of my welds. A couple of them, I don't know what happened. It was coming out too slow or coming out way too fast. I don't know, but I'll let you have a look. Okay, so this was my first attempt here. And I mean, it looks okay, but it's super flat and wide. Then this was my second attempt here. Again, started off all right. I think it must have been, maybe I was going too fast. So I tried to slow it down, and that's when I came to this, which I'm assuming, because it's still a little wiry, it wasn't hot enough to melt the wire in time before it hit the arc. So I slowed the wire down, and then did these ones, but again they were super flat. So I just went via what the back of the panel says for this is a 5mm bit of mild steel. So yeah, I prepped it as well as I could. I gave it a nice clean up so it wasn't rusty, and yeah, just went by the general settings that it told me to go by. We shall see if I can set up this camera here so you can have a look and see what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and you can leave a comment below. All right. So as you can see from that I need to do some more research and watch a lot more tutorials on YouTube. So I shall do that, and I shall also probably go talk to the guys that I got a heap of this equipment off at Gas Weld. Shout out Gas Weld. And I'll just tell them the things that I've been experiencing and see if I can go from there. And I shall let you know. Welcome back to day 2. So today I think I will be better at the welding. I got a bit more practice in a few days ago. My brother-in-law, Tim, shout out Timbo, he gave me some more tips, and I'm going to try and see if I can weld at least something together. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to cut up some tubing steel, and then I'll see if I can weld some butt joint or fillet joint, something like that. So we shall see. Alrighty, so we're about to begin our first weld of a joint. I'll just show you what I'm doing. So here I've got a piece that I cut off the end here, and I'm basically just going to be just doing a weld like this to see if I can get it to stick. So I'll tack that up, and we'll see how it goes from there. I got a new ND filter for this camera, so we'll see how good the view will be. I won't go too close in case I get weld all over the camera, but it should be a better view than before. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. Not too shabby. Yeah, not too shabby at all. Too hot. So there we are. I can do welding now, or at least 3mm stuff I can weld, which means I can fix our front fence. Got some double gates that are some 20 by 20 tube steel that need to be replaced because they're all rusted. So once I get time to order some of that material, then we can start building a new fence, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. I'll just show you what I just did now. Not too shabby. So this was the first joint here. Not too bad, but the second one, you can see I had a blowout on the left side there. That's because the metal just got too hot. I was going too slow. So it's something to take note for next time. So I just want to do a quick strength test. So we'll chuck that in the vise, and we'll see how good those welds hold up. Alright, so here's that weld in the vise. Actually seems pretty strong there. I'm just going to give it a couple of smacks with the hammer and see if it comes apart then. Just make sure this is tight. Here we go. So that's pretty good. Just bending. Yeah. I'd give that a pass. So tell me, what do you guys reckon? Can I be a welder? Could I be a boilermaker? Only time will tell. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned and we shall see what other things we can get up to in my dad's shed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, see you next time.